debris there inside the car. The trunk is open, and the LAPD tried to pull it over a couple of times at Haskell in the 101. The driver pulled over, stopped for a minute, and then took off. The CHP is now, you see that CHP unit there behind, is now the lead agency. They've taken it over from the LAPD, and this now is a pursuit northbound on the 405 freeway in heavy traffic, and the driver here refusing to yield, refusing to pull over, and trying to weave her way through traffic, again, with a pit bull, a very large pit bull hanging out the window there. Very hot conditions for that dog as they drive through the traffic here, weaving in and out of this heavy traffic that looks like it's backed up. Oh, it's the backup or the freeway is jammed all the way from the 118 freeway. So on and off traffic, stop and go traffic, I should say, on the northbound side of the 405 freeway. But now the California Highway Patrol West Valley Division is now in pursuit of the vehicle, failing to yield. The driver there on the right shoulder trying to pass the traffic. And we'll see if they try to do a pit maneuver on the vehicle or not, but so far at this point they're being very patient with the driver. Again, a lot of items inside the vehicle, and I can hear the police calling for animal control to deal with that pit bull once they make a stop on this vehicle. Again, this is northbound 405 freeway approaching Roscoe. You see the driver there. I'm going to come in a little tighter to see if we can see what the driver's doing, if maybe on a cell phone or something. But definitely a female driver, they're calling it. The LAPD initially said it was a female driver with that large pit bull sticking his head out the window. Again, northbound 405 freeway through Roscoe. As I come out wide, you'll see what's going on with traffic. The CHP unit there behind, and it looks like maybe an LAPD, a couple of LAPD units behind. Okay, thank you. Thanks for the heads up. It's Glenn. Glenn? Thank you, Glenn. Glenn, we are northbound on the 405 freeway, just north of Roscoe. You see the vehicle here as I zoom in. It has a lot of items inside the vehicle. The trunk is open, and LAPD was the initial unit that went into pursuit of this vehicle. They tried to pull it over at Haskell in the 101, and the driver, a female driver, refused to pull over. That's when the pursuit started. It went northbound on the 405, and that's where we are right now. You can see the rear tires coming apart there. Now, I could tell you that this vehicle may have been involved in a hit-and-run accident off the 101 and Haskell, but look at that, the driver having a hard time controlling the vehicle. One other aspect in this pursuit, a dog, a pit bull sticking the head out the window. It almost looks like the pit bull is the driver, but there is a woman behind the wheel, and you see the difficulty that this woman is having with the vehicle with that flat tire. Maybe both tires there on the front are flat, but I can tell you the 405 freeway is jammed on and off from at least the 118 freeway. And the California Highway Patrol is now the lead agency in this pursuit, again, failing to yield. Yeah, it looks like in fact, the entire vehicle is stuffed with items. They initially said that the trunk was open and they were unable to see the driver because of that. So yeah, there's a lot of items. You can see it on the dashboard, in the trunk, and in the back seat as well, along with that pit bull, sticking his head out the window. So it's a very dangerous situation here for drivers. She's not really going all that fast, but again, the tire coming apart as we speak, and she's staying in that shoulder of the road for now. I believe we're coming up to Devonshire, if I'm not mistaken. Would be Devonshire is the next off-ramp. The current speed is about 25 miles an hour. You know, the California Highway Patrol was trying to talk to the LAPD about that, if this was a vehicle involved in a hit and run accident back over near Haskell and the 101 freeway. So we're trying to work on confirmation on that. We haven't heard for sure if that happened, but they are calling this vehicle very disabled. That's what the LAPD was calling it, and the airship overhead. Yeah, this might be it. You're looking at that rear tire just shredded, and as I zoom out here, it looks like she's on the off ramp there. So this might be it. It might not have much traction to that vehicle anymore. We'll see if she complies with the officer's commands to exit the vehicle. You know, they called for animal control to respond to this as well. So animal control is on the way, but it's going to be a big question mark what happens with that dog if she has it leashed or if she just lets it go. It looks like a jacket maybe with the sleeve hanging out. It's hard to tell. It looks like it might be stuck in the door. It's partially hanging out or partially caught in the door itself. But you see the dog. The dog seems pretty mellow right now. The driver refusing to come out. It's unclear if she's able to open that door or not. So we'll see what the CHP decides to do with getting this driver out of the vehicle. Yeah, here we go. She's getting out, and no, she's leaving the dog in the car. So closing the door, leaving the dog in there. The dog obviously could jump out that window, but it looks like it's going to stay. She's complying. She's walking over to the officers. They don't really want her to do that. They want her to do it a certain way, but she's just kind of walking up to them. You see him telling her to maybe get down on the ground there, but we'll see. She's just walking up to them to have a conversation. So at this point, we'll see what they do. I mean, it's kind of strange they're just talking to her like that. They're going to take her into custody for sure. And there we go. They're going to put cuffs on her. She is complying. So it looks like this is over. They did say that she was the only person in the vehicle, and now we'll wait for animal control to take over that Pitbull. Yeah. Were we exclusive on it? Okay. Off. Okay. One more north. Okay. The exit is Nordhoff. Once again, thank you for joining us on the web. LAPD went into pursuit of this vehicle. The CHP took it over. And now the pursuit has come to an end. There is a dog still in the car. It's a Pitbull. And officers are trying to clear the vehicle here to make sure no one else is in there. They did say it was just the one person, the driver of the vehicle, the female driver, got out and walked up to the CHP officers and surrendered. They took her into custody. It's all over, but now the officers are trying to clear the vehicle, and they're using some caution because of the Pitbull that's still in the car. Animal control officers are en route to take custody of the dog out of the vehicle, but for now the CHP having a bit of a difficult time clearing the vehicle. A lot of items inside the vehicle, in the trunk, in the back seat, in the you can see on the dashboard. And it looks like they're pretty content with clearing it there and no one else in the vehicle. So again, 405 northbound at Nordhoff is actually the off-ramp where it ended. The backup growing all the way to the 101 freeway. They're going to close off those lanes there. We'll have one lane only to exit vehicles there, and the dog's staying in the car. That's good news. Once again, to recap, this was a pursuit started by the LAPD Topanga Division officers off of Haskell in the 101 freeway. This vehicle failed to yield. It jumped on the 101 freeway. It stopped for a moment on the on-ramp, but then took off and made its way eastbound to the 405, and then went northbound on the 405. Exited at Burbank and then got right back on the freeway. The driver, a female, was driving through some heavy traffic, weaving in and out of traffic, and using the shoulder mostly when the tire started to shred. Now, LAPD was talking about this car possibly being involved in a hit and run. There is quite a bit of damage on that driver's side, and that rear tire finally shredded. That's what brought this pursuit to an end. It wasn't a high-speed chase. It was going about 25, 30 miles an hour on the freeway, but the driver finally pulling over here, getting out, leaving the dog in the car, and now animal control will be coming on scene to take custody of that Pitbull, female driver in custody of the California Highway Patrol. Well, that's going to wrap up our coverage here. Thank you for joining us once again on the web, and we will see you on the next one.